Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Two Red Gringos Amateur Announcing. I'm your house amateur, narcissist, and craft beer connoisseur, Phil Baki, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. After two initial broadcasts for the Bundesliga, it is time for a Liverpool match day. Go ahead and grab a brew of your choice, whether that means coffee, tea, beer, or hell, even something stronger depending on your setting, and stay tuned. I'll be back in a second with all the pre-match build-up, and then it will be straight into the action from Anfield. Hope you'll stick with us. All right, welcome back. Again, I'm your host, Phil Baki, and I'm so excited to be broadcasting a Liverpool match for the first time right here on the Two Red Gringos YouTube channel. For those that are here for the first time, let me just explain how this whole thing works. You pull this feed up, get your preferred broadcaster stream up with it, or you can have this as a standalone, as if I'm broadcasting on the radio like old school. Feel free to jump in the chat below, and we can make this a dialogue rather than me just blabbering on, which I will do. Liverpool's game today can be defined by really one word: justice. The ideals of good, positive, attacking football took a severe hit last Sunday as Everton committed a heinous theft of a point at Anfield. Righting that severe wrong, which Liverpool had no business drawing, will be in the forefront of Jurgen Klopp's mind. Also on his mind will be his policy of rotation, which he will certainly continue today, and as we've seen the lineups he has. He has made 59 changes to his starting 11 to this point this season, a total only the 2002 Manchester United team has bested. The policy has taken a beating this week after that dreadful draw to Everton, but the bottom line is that the performance was great. Apart from scoring a second goal, the team performance really proved that Klopp had the right to rotate and made the right decision. So with a little increased clinicality today, Klopp can show the haters the door. Absent for the game today for Liverpool are Adam Lallana, who recently returned to training after a long injury spell, and defenders Joel Matip and Alberto Moreno will also miss out due to injury. West Brom come into the game on a 16-game winless run and lost 1-0 to relegation rival Swansea last weekend. The bottom line here is that Liverpool should be putting West Brom to the sword, and I expect another good performance to follow up this disappointment against Everton in the derby. Plus, it's Alan Pardew. West Brom will be without Spurs reject Nasser Chadli, Cristiano Ronaldo kicker James Morrison, and one-time dream Xabi Alonso replacement Gareth Barry. With that, let's get straight into the lineups. Let's take a look at what Klopp and Pardew have trotted out. So we'll talk about West Brom first because I have a lot less to say about their team. We start with Ben Foster in goal, the England international. Kieran Gibbs, Johnny Evans, Higazi and Alan Niam start across the back four for West Brom. Krakowiak, McLean, Claudio Jakob, and Jake Livermore will play in midfield. A midfield seemingly made of 4 central midfielders. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of shape West Brom are trying to play here. And then Robson Kanu and Solomon Rondon will play up top in those striker positions. Both big physical presences that will try to put Klavan and Lovren under pressure. On the bench, they have Boaz Myhill, Chris Brunt, Burke, Jay Rodriguez, Gareth McCauley, Field, and Nathan Ferguson, the 17-year-old, getting his first shot in the 18 for West Brom. So we'll see what all of that is about and see what these kids are made of. Again, West Brom's shape really confuses me. James McLean, Krakowiak, Jakob, and Livermore all starting. I assume Krakowiak and McLean will take up positions closer to the wing, but remains to be seen. With that being said, let's move over to the Liverpool squad. So I know a lot of people probably have a lot to say about this squad, but I, for one, am pretty pleased with it. So we have Loris Karius starting in goal in favor of Simon Mignolet, and I think that's strictly down to the rotation policy and the fact that we don't have a Champions League game for quite a while, which also sees the introduction of Trent Alexander-Arnold for Joe Gomez in that right back spot. Both have performed brilliantly this season when called upon, and so seeing Trent in that spot, especially, like I said, without a Champions League game for a couple of months, it's no surprise to see TAA out on that right flank. Klavan and Lovren will start in central defense, and I know a lot of people probably won't be happy with it, but the bottom line is that Matip is out. Gomez hasn't played at center back yet this season, and I don't think Klopp's willing to take that chance of playing Joe Gomez in the center of the defense when he's got Klavan and Lovren available. And Andy Robertson will start out on the left in favor of the injured Alberto Moreno. The midfield three is generating quite a bit of discussion on social media. We have Emre Can and Gini Wijnaldum, who will be the main workers in midfield, and then Phil Coutinho, who will occupy that kind of half space left side role where he plays a little bit deeper and just looks to unlock that West Brom defense with the three in front of him: Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, and Mo Salah playing across the front three. And there's been a lot of talk in this week since the derby, or the few days since the derby, it feels like a week, about Sadio Mane. And I just want to talk about this because there are people who are actually saying the words that Sadio Mane is out of form. Let's just put that to bed right there. Let's put that to the side because it's nonsense. Sadio Mane is playing fantastically. He made one bad decision in the derby. I think we all saw it, his decision not to square. But the bottom line is that the guy is a phenomenal player for this club. He's a phenomenal talent, and he's going to have, I think, a fantastic performance just to show the haters up today. And then obviously having that Fab Four on the pitch at one time is a big statement of intent from Jurgen Klopp. He wants to put this game to bed early, and Phil, Sadio, Bobby, and Mo all being on the pitch. It is a strong 11 from Liverpool, and one that should be brushing West Brom aside with little to no effort. All right, so now we've got about 20 minutes till kickoff. I want to know, for those joining, I want to know what you guys are thinking, what you guys want out of this team, what you expect, predictions, anything. You can go ahead and drop that in the chat down below. And in the meantime, I've picked my poison for this match. So with the day off and enjoying this midday battle midweek, I've got my poison. It's a Zilker Brewing out of Austin, Parks and Rec Pale Ale, and the Parks and Rec is in honor of Zilker Park in Austin's 100th anniversary. So commemorating a great park with the Parks and Rec Pale Ale. Really love it. Fantastic beer. Check out Zilker if you haven't. Local Austin beer. What is your poison for the game? Whether it's beer, coffee, tea, something stronger. Where are you enjoying the game? What are you enjoying during the game? Go ahead and drop that in the chat too. We can talk beer or whatever your beverage of choice is this afternoon. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to make sure that the stream is good. I'm going to make sure that that we're all set up here. But if there's anything you guys want to talk in the meantime, I'll be around. I'm just working on making sure that this thing goes as smoothly as possible. And we will see you guys in a second. All right. Adrian, just saw you jumped in. No doubt a clean sheet would be just what the doctor ordered for Liverpool today. I do think this back four for West Brom is completely vulnerable, and they're going to pack it in. They've put about 7 defensive midfielders into their 11, so they're going to pack the box. They're going to try to do what Everton was able to do, but let's be honest, no one has been able to keep this Liverpool side down for a couple of games at a time. And coming off of, the Champions League frustration about drawing in Seville, Liverpool came back and beat Siska 7-0. Would not be surprised if this is the type of stress-relieving and cathartic performance that we've kind of come to expect from Liverpool. And I think they could put on a show for us today. Here's hoping, and most importantly, I think keeping that clean sheet would do wonders for this team as we head towards the festive period. So completely agree with you. Just really think that this is an opportunity for this team to relieve some stress, kind of take some of the pressure off as they head into a busy period of the season. And hopefully they get the job done against what is a very objectively bad team in West Brom right now. All right, so as we get a little bit closer to kickoff, let's go ahead and look at some stats here as we get towards the teams coming out of the tunnel. We have, first off, that Liverpool have not lost to West Brom in their previous 8 meetings, winning 4 and drawing 4. They had lost their previous 3 before that. So hopefully we continue that trend and make it 9 straight unbeaten by West Brom in the Premier League. West Brom have scored at least once in their last 6 league visits to Anfield, winning 2, drawing 1, and losing 3, netting 8 goals in total in Anfield. Their previous 8 goals at Liverpool came over a period of 22 games in which they failed to score 14 times. So hopefully we make it a 15th clean sheet against West Brom all time. And this is West Brom's lowest points total after 16 games of a Premier League season since 08-09. They have only won 13 of a possible 48 points so far this season. The problem that faces us is that Paul Merson has predicted a Liverpool win, which never bodes well. Merson is hardly ever right. So that's the only thing that gives me pause as we head into this game. Liverpool, West Bromwich Albion, Jurgen Klopp versus Alan Pardew. It's the only way that you'll ever see them mentioned in a sentence together, because the way it's going, Klopp's record far better than Pardew's at the moment. As banners start making their way across the Kop. Just about 8 minutes to go till halftime. Till kickoff. Sorry, already in mid-match form right now. Banners making their way across the Kop. The fans filtering towards their seats as the main stand beginning to fill. As we take a look at the Premier League table, Manchester City sitting pretty on top. United, Chelsea, and Burnley. So this year's surprise package sitting 4th, right ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool with a game in hand on Chelsea and Burnley, and only 5 points off joint 2nd. Meanwhile, West Brom sitting in that precarious 18th spot, just in the relegation zone. They can climb out of it with a draw, but they could be mired deeper and deeper into the fight if Liverpool do their job today, which I do expect. Premier League this year not taking on much of a competitive feel, as Manchester City, Pep Guardiola has them ticking like a well-machined clock. No, he has that team playing out of this world, it seems, and it will be difficult for anyone to catch him at this point. We have seen stranger things, though, in the Premier League, so it wouldn't be the most shocking thing. Flags and banners on the Kop, prepared for the entrance of the teams. We are not far off from that now. It's a chilly night at Anfield, looks like. Most people bundled up. Hats and scarves coming in handy. But hopefully that does not dampen the atmosphere at Anfield. It was actually against West Brom that Jurgen Klopp was urging the Anfield faithful to get louder, If you'll remember before, Divock Origi's late equalizer deflected in and gave the Reds a point at home, and was a cathartic moment for all involved. Klopp calling out the atmosphere at Anfield, become very edgy, become very, very quiet. Hopefully they've come in full voice today, as Carey is taking a page out of Roberto Firmino's book and going for the short ponytail look off the back of the head. In team news that I didn't mention, Phil Coutinho captains the side for Liverpool, and there's been a lot of talk about the captain's armband and whether you can drop a captain in an English club, and of course you can. You can drop them, but I mean, more importantly, you can rotate them. I think that's really what is occurring with Jordan Henderson, and you can see Henderson actually, for my money, performed very well in the derby against Everton, and he's not been dropped by Klopp in this game. He's looking for a good matchup with Chan and Wijnaldum, and definitely a more attacking kind of feel to that midfield without Henderson. But at the same time, he's giving Jordan a rest, and through this busy period, especially for Jordan Henderson, who's struggled with little injuries, small injuries, he deserves a rotation, and he needs it. So I think much being made about nothing when it comes to the captaincy, but Phil wearing the armband, and those who paid attention in the game against Spartak, he wore the armband as well and scored a captain's hat trick hero, as Pardew sarcastically applauding the main stand of Anfield as the teams are out and they're shaking hands. Coutinho the first to cross, and this is it as we take another look at Liverpool's lineup. I've already gone over it once, but we'll talk it once more. So Loris Karius is in goal for Simon Mignolet, and then TAA, Lovren, Klavan, and Robertson across the back. Robertson starting in place of the injured Alberto Moreno. The midfield three, Wijnaldum, Chan, and Coutinho, as we discussed. Chan will most likely take up that destroyer role. And then that front three that is oh so dangerous. Bobby Firmino leading the line with Salah and Mane on either flank. The Fab Four are on the pitch. Can see plenty of options on the bench as well for Jurgen Klopp. Lots of English options, the full English, as my counterpart Pat Staley has mentioned. So a look at West Brom. There is genuine fear from the West Bromwich faithful that back four is about to get torn apart by the Fab Four. But you look at how they line up. It's McLean playing in a wing role, but I think he'll almost drop a little bit deeper and almost just provide cover for his fullback down that flank. He's not the most attacking player. See Mo Salah pictured. Mo is absolutely playing out of this world. And here we are, the teams just making their final preparations. Game should be about to begin. Anfield in full voice with another fantastic rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone. Liverpool will hope to put that voice to good use as this game is about to get underway. Alan Pardew obviously taking charge of West Brom following the sacking of Tony Pulis in mid-season, continuing the cycle of recycled English management. But it is West Brom that will get us underway, and Solomon Rondon any moment now will start with a kick, and he does here. And nope, that was a fake kickoff. Anyways, they're taking their sweet time, and the referee is about to give the signal, and we are off at Anfield. It is Liverpool versus West Brom live here. Liverpool immediately engaging in the high press with Mo Salah chasing down, but Foster booting it clear. Mane able to get ahead to it, but only as far as McLean, and West Brom will look to exert some control here in the early stages and just keep Liverpool out from those lightning starts that we've seen in certain games this season. But Liverpool able to get the ball down. Wijnaldum's pass just unable to beat Jakob, though, and McLean now on the ball for West Brom, going down that left flank, finding Kanu. Kieran Gibbs putting the ball infield. Put it towards Krychowiak, but it's cleared. And Liverpool able to get the ball down finally, and maybe they can work something back the other way. Chan looking for Coutinho. Coutinho back infield. Wijnaldum just didn't anticipate the pass, but the clearance ends up at Robertson's feet, and Liverpool will look to restart, headed the other way. Dejan Lovren was so unfortunate to concede the penalty against Everton. Calvert-Lewin really did him dirty. For all the criticism that Lovren's taken this year, he's deserved quite a bit of it, and that was not part of it that he deserved. Long ball looking for Mane, didn't come off, and Rondon's found McLean down the left, and McLean cuts it back looking for Kanu, but really well done by Robertson to cut that out and stop the danger for Liverpool, and maybe now they can exert something. Hasn't been the sharpest opening 2 minutes from Liverpool. Long ball from Robertson finds Salah, who does really well to get around Hagazi. Salah into the center towards Firmino. Will Mane get there? He won't. It's cut out. Krychowiak did well to cover, but his clearance only finds Lovren, and Liverpool with their first spell of pressure in that quick break down the left. Salah did really well to hold off Hagazi, and it was a good ball from Robertson as well. That left-hand side, Salah had made the run diagonally across, and now Salah and Mane have switched flanks. Mane going down the right and Salah down the left. Can imagine they'd be about to switch again as ball into Firmino, laid off, and the ball looking for Mane, just a bit heavy from Wijnaldum. Foster able to pick that one up, and he's going to take his time redistributing it. Chooses a short throw to Hagazi. Booted long. Chan up for it. Doesn't win it. Rondon trying to get it out to Niam, but it's squeezed out for a Liverpool throw. Liverpool looked dangerous in their first attack, and they'll look to capitalize in their second. They just need to be a bit sharper than they were at the weekend against Everton. Couple of big opportunities that they've been taking in recent weeks, especially in some of the drubbings they've handed out away from home, and one they handed out at home. The 7-0 demolition of Spartak Moscow, where they played so much attacking and attractive football. Hopefully the Reds are at their very best again this week. Klavan carries it forward, finds Firmino, lovely little flick. It's Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum lays it off to Mane, but Mane was offside, and I don't think Mane was anticipating the pass to come from Wijnaldum. It looked like Wijnaldum was shaping up to shoot, actually, and Mane had just strayed ever so slightly offside. It's a deft little touch from Firmino, and Mane just, I think he anticipated the pass a little early, broke, and then when Wijnaldum hesitated, it looked like he was taking the shot on, and then he did opt to lay it out towards Mane, and it just, a little bit of a miscommunication there between Gini and Sadio, but Again, Liverpool showing those quick touches, that attractive football in and around West Brom's area, and early signs are positive so far for the Reds, although they did let a little bit of loose defending on the counter give West Brom not a chance, but a glimpse at maybe a potential exploitation with Rondon finding McLean down that left-hand side. But here's Chan finding Coutinho with a nice little turn, and Robertson went for the return ball to Coutinho, but his back heel is out of play, and West Brom will go back the other way. Throw collected, that high press from Liverpool coming off again, and Phil unable to get past Jakob, but I thought it was a throw for Liverpool, but Jakob almost certainly played it out of bounds, but they've pointed West Brom's way. I don't know about that decision. And then Rondon unable to bring the header down in play, and Liverpool able to restart in West Brom's half. Have to imagine that's where most of the game is going to be played. West Brom just trying to keep things under control, and Liverpool attempting to break them down, much like they did on Sunday against Everton. West Brom not engaging the ball until midfield, so no semblance of a press, but a long ball searching for Sadio. He can't bring it under control, though. Not able to corral that ball, bring it under his spell, and really well done by Lovren to hold off Rondon. That will be a battle to watch all game, as Rondon will look to hold up play. And then a great cross-field ball by Lovren to find Robertson down the left-hand flank. He's beaten his man, but then whistled for a foul, and I don't know about that one, if I'm being honest. I think it was Livermore who... It was actually Hal Robson-Kanu who had tracked all the way back to try to get to Robertson, and Robertson just whistled for a pull on Robson-Kanu's shirt. The Battle of Britain, Scotland versus Wales. Robertson versus Robson-Kanu down that Liverpool left. Lovren does well again against Rondon, and the big Venezuelan is going to try to exploit his strength. Hopefully Liverpool's defense can neutralize his physicality with some of their own. As now Trent does well to just put off McLean, and Gini puts out his pass for a throw. Kieran Gibbs. Kieran Gibbs playing here at the home of a player. And we'll hold that story for now, as Sadio Mane has won the ball, and he's headed up the field. He's laid it off to Mo Salah, who's cutting onto his left from that right-hand flank. Opts to choose the pass for Robertson. Robertson just surveying his options, and what looked to be a lightning counter is turned into a normal attack here for Liverpool as they work it back out to the right to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mane, looking to beat a couple players, is able to maintain possession. Salah with a neat little bit of skill to maintain it as well. Tries to beat his man and then wrapped up in the end. I can't believe that hasn't been given as a foul. He's literally wrapped up Mo Salah and dove in for a challenge. And then it's eventually Roberto Firmino who's given for a foul, and now I think Firmino may be booked. It was Livermore who put his hands around Mo Salah, his arms around Salah, and then slid in as he had him wrapped, and referee's given nothing. And then I think he's booked Roberto Firmino for what was a very soft foul as Rondon's brought this one down under pressure, but Lovren does well to block the shot in the end, and it's into the waiting arms of Karius. Karius rolls it out. Klavan happy to restart play the other way. Emre Can just occupying that deep role where, we would normally see the captain Jordan Henderson, but favors Chan and Wijnaldum in that pair now, which I would call a pair only because Coutinho operates in such a free-floating role that I don't know that you can even call him part of that midfield three. He certainly links up with those players, but he doesn't necessarily play with those players. As now Chan's headed forward and tries to play a 1-2 with Firmino, just unable to do anything there. And Rondon now holding off Wijnaldum, and I think it'll be a Liverpool throw. Now a ball lofted through. Salah looking to run onto it. He's collected it near that left corner flag, and he's just looking for options infield. Coutinho is one of those. Finds him. Emre Can lining up the shot, blocked away. Falls for Lovren. Lovren just looking for his options. Mane rolling it out towards Alexander-Arnold. Sells him a bit short on the pass, but does well to put him back under pressure, and Emre Can is able to intercept the pass out from McLean. Robertson found by that crossfield ball from Alexander-Arnold, and now Liverpool just regaining their shape and looking to restart the attack again. Again, camped in West Brom's half. Klavan across to Wijnaldum, who's come out to the left-hand side. Drops it off for Robertson. Back towards Coutinho, infield. Opts for the long lofted pass across to Lovren, who's driven a ball in towards Mane, but Mane's first touch eludes him, and now the long ball out towards Rondon, which is West Brom's game plan, cut out by Klavan. Did really well to maintain pace and strength with the Venezuelan international. But Kieran Gibbs, the story I wanted to tell about Kieran Gibbs is obviously with Kieran Gibbs and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on either side of the ball. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain obviously on the bench for Liverpool. But Kieran Gibbs, once mistaken for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, sent off in the midfielder's place. Case of mistaken identity in a game against Chelsea for Arsenal just a few years ago, for those of you who remember that. Sent off for a deliberate handball on the line, blocking a shot. Oxlade-Chamberlain was the one with the handball, and Gibbs was the one sent off. Casual racism from Premier League referees. Now Robson Kanu has done well to hold the ball, but he's found Niam with a long diagonal ball, but Alexander-Arnold always favorite to win it and does, and then Chan heads it back to Karius, and Liverpool, again, snuffing out the danger. But what I will say is that West Brom already looking more dangerous and looking to play a little bit more football than Everton did at the weekend. Salah searching for Coutinho's pass, but he couldn't really locate it in the air and couldn't find his man as well. And now West Brom, again, attempting the long ball out towards Rondon. Klavan able to bring it under control calmly. Rondon is going to be doing a lot of thankless work up there for West Brom, and hopefully it remains thankless. As you can see, classic Premier League and English talking about the possession stats, and when in reality we know that possession stats don't matter. We know that there are better metrics out there, and yet we persist with possession. Klavan put under pressure there by Livermore, who's pressed into Liverpool's half for the first time, I think, all game. Now Lovren with a long, flat, driven pass that Salah will chase, but he will not be able to keep that in, even at his speed. It's out for a West Brom throw. He was just trying to mix things up, Dejan Lovren, and I mean, he picked the right target to pick someone out with a long ball to chase, but in the end, nothing doing down that left-hand side, and Niam will get things restarted with a long throw down the line. Chan able to put him off, and Wijnaldum able to pick the ball up. Again, West Brom not getting out of their half, and Liverpool just maintaining that pressure, but they have failed to look dangerous since basically that first attack for Liverpool. Chan now on the ball, finds Coutinho. Out to the left for Robertson, back. Now back to Chan, who was looking for Salah with the pass. Finds Wijnaldum with the deflection, though. Now a cross ball in by Alexander-Arnold, but headed away. Rondon tries to beat Klavan. He's got help. In the end, pulled back, and then Alexander-Arnold able to head that long ball into Karius again, and Liverpool so far doing a good job of preventing that counter from coming to anything of note. Alexander-Arnold and Mane have linked up well, and Mane's found Salah with the flick, and Salah with a cross ball towards Firmino off the post. Oh, I thought that was the moment for Bobby. What a move by Liverpool. Well, it almost had all of the elements of the Fab Four linking up in one slick passing move. Salah finding Firmino with the ball, and Ben Foster doing just enough to put the Brazilian off and keep him from finding that far corner. Coutinho wanted it pulled back across. Coutinho had the run on his defender, but Firmino just missing that far post. West Brom headed back the other way, but that was the first real threat from either side. First real attempt of note, 17 minutes in. Firmino nearly making it count, but not quite able to find that far post. Liverpool showing that they can find ways to unlock this defense, though. West Brom have another throw, and it's Alan Niam going down the line. Finding Hal Robson-Kanu, who's taking it into the corner, but Robertson smartly played it off of him and has a throw. Chan able to clear up towards Salah, but Salah beaten in the air. West Brom get the luck of the deflection, and now they're starting something down the right. It's Niam looking to put a cross in, and he has towards Rondon, but again, Lovren does well, and now Liverpool might have a chance on the counter. Firmino looks towards Coutinho. Long ball out towards Mane, who's in loads of space on the right-hand side. Mane running at Gibbs. He's got TAA on the overlap. Trent Alexander-Arnold crossing towards Firmino, headed away by Higazy. It's fault for Robertson, but shanked well wide, almost out for a throw. It was a terrible volley in the end by the Scot, but the way he ran onto it, I thought, oh, it took a deflection. My bad. I thought he had the worst shank of all time. He actually struck it sweetly, and it is a corner delivered in by Coutinho, headed away by Higazy. Robertson able to collect the clearance, and Mo Salah looking to put the ball back into the danger area, flicked on by Firmino, but there were no eager runners into the box, and Foster able to catch. Approaching the 20-minute mark here between Liverpool and West Brom. Liverpool with the one big chance to note so far. Roberto Firmino just narrowly missing from a very tight angle after being put through by Mo Salah. West Brom laboring in offense. No rewards to show for that labor as of yet. Foster opting for another long ball forward into midfield. Mane not able to win that one in the air, but McLean not able to bring it under control, and Alexander-Arnold begins play again with a throw. Emre Can in midfield for Liverpool, tracked by two West Brom players, and you can see Coutinho attracting the attentions of even more, but Salah's one-on-one with Hagazi and earns a throw for Liverpool. Put into the feet of Emre Can. Can just making a mistake there and getting bowled over by Rondon, and Klavan making no mistake putting it out for a throw. Can got a little disoriented. Looked to play a back pass to no one in particular. You can see what Klopp thought of that. Not pleased with that particular bit of play. Oh, now Wijnaldum, foul given against him for a high boot, even though and that is the fad of the year, is it not, from English officials? It's headed in by Claudio Jakob, but over the bar. Over the bar. Niam put in a cross towards Jakob, and he had the header near the penalty spot, but unable to make it count for anything, and Liverpool headed back the other way. It was a foul given for a high boot by Gini Wijnaldum. That it's a classic high boot, no contacts made, but this season it is a foul because of the Sadio Mane Ederson incident and no other reason. The reaction of the players and fans well above what's required, but Liverpool may be able to put all of that behind them now. Can, Coutinho, just trying to work the space. Coutinho cuts it back to the left and cuts it back infield, trying to shape up for a shot. Doesn't really have many options in front of him, but he does have Robertson out to the left. Can tries to find Wijnaldum. Little wayward pass, and Emre Can just needs to get his bearings back a little bit. I think he's just lost his positional sense a little bit, the sense of the shape and the sense of where his teammates are. Klavan strides forward to find Coutinho, and then Robertson opts to play it back out, and Lovren looking for a more incisive ball towards Mane, which he flicked on towards Firmino, but in the end, Alexander-Arnold made a good interception, but his strike was blocked away. Firmino able to collect the scraps, and he's played it back infield for Emre Can, who has to work his way around the referee. Coutinho with a flick ball in towards Firmino, but it's too strong, and Foster able to catch without any trouble. No question as to what Pardew is attempting to do. Now that quick one-time ball did find McLean, and McLean's cross blocked behind for a West Brom corner conceded by Trent Alexander-Arnold. See, Trent didn't think that it came off him last. Might have a case. Krychowiak to deliver for West Brom, headed away by Firmino, and then behind for a Liverpool goal kick. Kieran Gibbs, who was in the mix, but Roberto Firmino, I believe, got the deciding header on the clearance. Good defending from Liverpool on their first set-piece opportunity to defend. Wijnaldum carrying it forward as we cross the 25-minute mark here in the first half. Still 0-0. Robertson looking for Firmino. He got the flick, but there were no runners into the box for that flick to find. Just kind of shrugging his arms at Salah as if to say, that one was for you. Another strong header by Lovren to beat Rondon in the air as West Brom looking to bombard that Liverpool back line, and Niam unable to control the ball down the right, and see a severe gulf in quality between the two sides, but Liverpool unable to make that quality tell as of yet. This long searching ball towards Salah nearly finds Mane, but cut out by Krakowiak in the end. But the Poles pass looking for McLean, aimless and out for a throw. Ragnar Klavan carrying the ball forward. Lovren looking for Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool just showing some patience here, trying to find that opening and opportunity through this stiff West Brom resistance. Robertson. Ball into the feet of Firmino. Firmino around the corner for Robertson, but covered in the end by Johnny Evans, and Rondon able to bring it down at his feet. Klavan with a strong challenge, but it's actually Livermore who's come away with it. Livermore running at Lovren, works it out wide for McLean. Forward to Kieran Gibbs, and Livermore tried to turn, but Klavan did really well to clear and dispossess off the feet of Livermore. And a good sliding challenge by Trent Alexander-Arnold leads to an aimless cross into the box by West Brom, and Karius able to roll the ball out to the feet of Coutinho. Coutinho with a long ball, looking to break the resistance of West Brom, but Salah just unable to get there. It was a really good idea and really quick thinking from the Brazilian. Mo Salah just unable to get on the end of it, and now West Brom trying to launch a attack with a long ball of their own. Robson Kanu was offside. Mo Salah about a toe's length away from getting on the end of that pass from Coutinho. West Brom's line had ventured far too high, and as they started to retreat, Salah broke and nearly was on the end of a brilliant ball from Philippe Coutinho. Coming together between Rondon and Lovren. Pleasant enough exchange with high fives. Two professionals plying their trade. Firmino trying to win the ball back off Kanu, and eventually fouls him. And I said earlier that I thought that Firmino got booked, but only because the referee reached towards his pocket. I can't actually confirm based on the telecast whether Firmino's been booked or not. Ben Foster has actually come forward to take this free kick near midfield. Put that into the box far too long, and Karius wanted to restart things quickly. I don't think Liverpool really took note of the fact. And Chan's played himself into trouble here. Hagazi just pressing, and causing some issues and winning the ball back high up the pitch. Very, very uncharacteristic to lose the ball like that. And Kanu's gone for the top corner and found the post. And it is behind for a goal kick. Liverpool let off there. Just tried to curl it. It was high and wide, but it did clip the post. My word. And now West Brom just growing in confidence. Karius claims Robson Kanu's cross cleanly. Now Liverpool looking to break through Alexander-Arnold. Will he choose the right option? He's played a cross-field ball. It was good looking for Firmino, but headed out by Higazy. It was nearly the required quality ball that Liverpool had been waiting for from Arnold, but it was headed out. Liverpool now just maintaining the pressure again. Coutinho shaping up for the shot. Saved by Foster. He tried to find that near post. Foster seemingly had it covered. Now his long ball searching for Rondon. And Rondon holding Lovren up, but Mane does well tracking back, takes it off the Venezuelan's foot. Still just a one shot on target with Firmino's drifting wide. Only one save has been required of either keeper so far off of that shot just now from Philippe Coutinho here in the 32nd minute. Liverpool dominating the ball, dominating the passing stats, but obviously we still sit at 0-0 with just under 15 minutes to be played in the half, and sort of an aimless ball forward to Salah, eventually aimlessly back the other way for Karius to lay off to Klavan. Klavan to Lovren. Lovren into the feet of Emre Can. He looked for Mane. Mane had gone one way. Chan's ball went the other. Alexander-Arnold does the cleaning up. Maintains possession in West Brom's half. As they've worked it back the other way. Coutinho trying to get on the ball, but Niam saw exactly what Liverpool were trying to do. Firmino saw exactly what West Brom were trying to do in the break, but wasn't able to completely break things up. And now Krychowiak has found Gibbs on the left. Gibbs and McLean looking to start an attack down that flank. Liverpool looking to win the ball back at every opportunity, and now it's Krychowiak who goes down under the challenge of Emre Can. You can see he went for the ball, but he just left his foot in. And he did get Krychowiak with his studs. A sore one for Krychowiak, but it's certainly not bookable at this point in the game. Lovren heads the ensuing free kick away. It's come to Kanu. And then lofted forward in the clearance by up towards Salah. And then Higazy tries to run onto the subsequent ball, but he was offside. And Karius will get to restart play here. And does so quickly. Headed the other way. Philippe Coutinho carrying the ball across midfield. Plays it into Firmino. Firmino with a few to beat, but he's swarmed by the West Brom defenders and unable to get that ball out of pressure. And he does well to win the ball with a sliding challenge and forces a long ball up towards Rondon. Again, back the other way for Liverpool. Can Liverpool make this pressure count in the last 10 minutes as Alexander-Arnold goes past a couple players, but his ball for Salah is a bit loose and doesn't find its intended target. Mane with some good pressing high up the pitch, but West Brom just able to break out. Niam coming back down the right. Plays the ball forward. Robertson very wise to it. And now Liverpool going back the other way. And things are opening up here a little bit in the last 10 minutes of the half. Robertson lays it infield for Coutinho. He couldn't beat Jakob with the skill. Robertson collects. Chan. Salah. Salah escaping the pressures of a sliding Livermore. Coutinho. Across for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's ball. Unable to tell, and Emre Can, his challenge high up the pitch, does not win possession back, and West Brom just able to hold on to things here. Chan does win it at the second attempt, but Alexander-Arnold doesn't. And then Chan does some really good tracking back to win the ball off of Rondon's foot. Great persistence there from the German midfielder to just maintain that pressure on Rondon and keep him from running at the back four. So at about 10 minutes plus whatever's added on, which won't be much at the end of the half. Long ball for Salah. Cut out, but Niam's only found Coutinho. Coutinho's got Firmino down the left. Firmino looking to skill past Niam. Niam going for brute force, and then Robertson's touch just lets him down on the ball into his feet from Firmino. Disappointing in the end. Looked like one of those textbook positions where Firmino stands someone up and absolutely embarrasses them, but Niam closed down the Brazilian very quickly. Pardew wandering a bit out of his technical area, and you can imagine both managers will be all over the place by the end of the 90 today, and have some neat one-touch stuff from Liverpool. Robertson infield for Wijnaldum. Chipped out towards Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold in space here. He can pick the right ball towards Salah. Oh, nearly finds the foot of the Egyptian superstar. Just unable to get that touch on the end of it. What a ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and what a run from Mo Salah. Just doesn't get the reward at the end of it. Lovely ball from deep. And it was half a foot's length away, and Salah looks to the heavens and asks why. Now the referee having a word with Ben Foster. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's about time wasting as he takes this free kick. Or goal kick, I should say. Lofted high for Rondon again. He's the target every time that they go forward. McLean able to take down the ensuing ball, and then the ball's chopped out for a throw by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold so far has kept McLean under wraps. West Brom just looking to create something here as they come to the close of the first half. 7 minutes left. Can either team force a breakthrough here? Livermore just trying to take things into the corner and does play it off of Wijnaldum. Livermore will look to take the corner here. Niam looks like he's shaping up for a short corner. I pray that West Brom take it. Liverpool did enough on the first to defend it. Krakowiak taking over for Livermore, and he'll deliver the cross from the corner. He's put it into the box, headed away at the near post by Sadio Mane, and now Salah's looking to run onto it. Salah away from 2, finds Coutinho. Coutinho's reverse ball towards Mane. Mane able to bring it down, but can't find Salah with his intended pass, and the counter just fizzles out. Oh, that was very nearly the perfect counter attack from Liverpool at the end of the half. We've come to expect it at this point. Salah broke away from the corner, found Coutinho with the layoff, and then Coutinho's ball towards Mane. Mane just tried to lay it off towards Salah first time and just didn't get the technique right. And Chan, in the end, committing the foul. West Brom able to restart with a free kick, one in the air by Alexander-Arnold and then Emre Can. The subsequent ball finds its way through to Rondon. Karius smart to catch the Venezuelan's through ball. McLean was lurking, but Karius far too quick off his line. 5 minutes remaining in this first half, and so far it's been all Liverpool, but only a couple of bigger opportunities to speak of. Firmino's probably the biggest. About halfway through the first half, Salah's ball saw Firmino in a good shooting position, but in the end his shot skewed just wide. But Liverpool may have something on here now as Mane turns on the ball, but he's squeezed out by about 4 West Brom players. The high hopeful ball for Rondon comes to nothing, and Liverpool able to restart another attack. Coutinho for Lovren. Lovren venturing forward into West Brom's half, plays a left-footed pass across for Firmino, finds his target. Firmino brings it down, and he's running at Niam on the left. He goes past 2 players, curls in a shot. It's fallen for Salah! Deflected away. Oh, I thought that was the moment. Firmino tried to curl a shot towards the far post, and it didn't quite come off, but Salah, it fell for him. West Brom blocked the shot away, though. But now Coutinho maybe. Nothing doing there. Chan does well to hold off Rondon, and then eventually foul given against Rondon for tripping Emre Can. The rain has begun to fall, a bit steadier now at Anfield, adding to the chilly conditions. Chan just tripped up there by Solomon Rondon. This is a good position. Central. Well, you'd expect there's only one player on the pitch who will be standing over this one. It is Philippe Coutinho. It's the player that you'd want over the ball in this situation. He opts for the lofted pass towards the far post. It was Lovren running towards the far post, and Niam's headed behind. It'll be a corner for Liverpool. They opted for the quick set play. Niam able to get just enough. Lovren made a run towards the far post. Now Liverpool have a corner. Coutinho will take this as well. Puts it in towards the far post this time. Chan having his arm grabbed by Niam pretty clearly, but referee having none of it. And then Mane tracking back really well. Foster tried to start really quickly with a throw to McLean. Mane saw what was happening the whole time and did really well to snuff out the danger. Chan now in the center of the field, just trying to pick the correct path to goal here. Only about a minute of regular time left to be played here at the end of the first half. We'll see how much stoppage time is added. I can't imagine it will be more than a minute or so, but Mane picks the ball up down the right. Firmino's ventured out to the right. Tries to find Mane with a return, but deflected behind. And you can see West Brom just swarm every member of that attacking trio whenever they come anywhere near the ball. Now Mane fouls. I believe it was Claudio Jakob. Niam, Jakob, and Krakowiak. Now a long, hopeful ball by Evans. Headed down by McLean, but Lovren does enough to deal with it, and then the offside flag is raised against James McLean. Can Liverpool fashion anything in this one added minute? They'll likely only have one opportunity to, if they can get forward. Coutinho running straight down the throat of West Brom's defense. Has he found the right ball for Robertson? Not initially, but Robertson nearly wins the second ball. But it is cleared in the end by West Brom, and now Rondon muscled off the ball by Wijnaldum. Really well done by Genie there. He works the ball wide for Robertson. Liverpool with just about 30 seconds to make something count here. Lofted out towards Firmino, headed back across towards Salah, but far too near Foster, who will lay on the ball and essentially run out the remainder of the first half. Foster taking his time here and just waiting for the referee's whistle, which goes, and it is halftime. Liverpool and West Brom 0-0. You can see Bobby Firmino pictured as he runs off towards the tunnel. It was his chance that stands most prominently in the first half, but Salah also with a chance which was blocked away. At the other end, Hal Robson-Kanu with the only action to speak of for West Brom in the offensive third. See Liverpool and West Brom headed into the tunnel at halftime, tied at 0. You can see to exactly what Liverpool will try to do. Klopp has all of his attacking options really on the pitch. You can look to Solanke and Ings, even Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but the bottom line is he'll expect a goal in the second half from the team that's out there. Maybe they've just eyed up West Brom's defenses and now can attack with renewed vigor in the second half. But it's all to play for still here at Anfield. 0-0 headed into the break. Grab a refill and be sure to join me for the second half here. I'll be back once the teams are back out. We are about ready to start the second half. Players back out for the warm-ups. Take a look. It has been all Liverpool in terms of possession, in terms of creating really good chances. West Brom with only a couple of chances to speak of in the first half. Being kept largely quiet. Rondon has looked a little troublesome for Klavan and Lovren in the air. By all accounts, Anfield not as loud as it should be. It's really mirroring that matchup against West Brom that got Klopp so fired up that Origi scored in. Just a frustrating game up to this point for Liverpool, but certainly plenty of time and plenty of talent to turn things around. We know that Klopp doesn't like to make a lot of changes unless there's something drastic that needs to happen, but will we see anyone new introduced around that 60, 70-minute mark to try to have an impact if we need a goal? The main players who will score are already out on the pitch. Done it a lot so far this season, and we will see if they'll be able to turn this around as Liverpool first back out on the pitch. West Brom's team follow shortly thereafter. And it is now a matter of seconds till the referee blows a whistle and begins the second half. Liverpool will kick off this half, and hopefully they will kick off and get some goals. Pardew sipping on a hot cup of tea, I imagine, as Liverpool get the second half started. 45 minutes to break the deadlock, and hopefully still time to run out comfortable winners. Just need to make their pressure count for something. A couple of frustrating games in a row against the recycled refuse of Premier League management talent, aka Sam Allardyce, now at Everton, and Alan Pardew, now at West Brom, doing the same thing they do everywhere. Draw their way to millions of dollars. As West Brom just gaining control there, the flick not coming off for Liverpool, and Krychowiak now searching for an outlet, opts for Higazy. He's able to find Livermore in the center of the field, but Alexander-Arnold does really well and comes across Rondon to win the ball, and now Robertson tracked by Livermore, and Livermore puts it out for a throw. Jake Livermore, one of several players at West Brom with Tottenham ties. Liverpool just a bit sloppy here at the beginning of the second half as Krychowiak wins the ball back for West Brom again. He's looking for McLean down the left, tracked by Arnold, and eventually put behind by Robertson for a corner. Liverpool not looking great at the beginning of the second half here. West Brom definitely firing. Whatever Pardew said in halftime has got them up for this, and they do have a corner. Everybody forward for it. Johnny Evans picks his actual butthole for the camera. Ball to be delivered in, headed away at the near post by Mane, but behind for another corner. Not a good corner from West Brom, but Mane's header went straight back behind for West Brom to do it again. Taking their time with this, and a couple of misplaced passes of the ball back to now Krakowiak will finally take the second opportunity. Mane heads this one away as well, and Mane caught there in the box as he headed that ball away. Referee doesn't give anything, doesn't stop play, but he certainly will be a bit sore after that coming together, Sadio Mane. But now Mane's on the ball, and he's found a good pass here for Salah, but cut out by Evans. Chan then chips that clearance forward. Now West Brom headed back the other way. A slip by Robson Kanu allows Robertson to bring that ball under control with ease. Liverpool maybe now just look to control things a little bit here as Alexander-Arnold tries to flick one around the corner. Instead, a clearance goes the other way for Rondon, who goes down very easily, and now a foul's been given against Klavan. There's barely anything in it. Rondon's just fallen over. Klavan can hardly believe it. Should believe it, though, because Liverpool have been at the end of some very soft refereeing decisions over the last few weeks, so Liverpool looking at defending another set piece here. Krakowiak will deliver this one again, this time from the left flank. Curls it in towards Karius, who has to make a save. It curled towards Karius and then eventually curled on goal. Highly doubt that was his intention, but he overhit the cross and it went from catch to save. Quickly, Karius did well to recover. The bend on the ball just nearly unsighted the German. But it's another corner for West Brom as we hit the 50-minute mark, and this second half has started very poorly for Liverpool. Krakowiak flicked on at the near post, saved by Karius, and it's another corner. It was Jakob who made contact. Karius did well to make the reaction save at his near post, and it's another corner. This is not the start to the second half that Liverpool would have liked. They've opted to play this one short. Looking for a new angle. Krakowiak towards Higazi, headed over the bar, and finally the pressure's relieved for Liverpool. They have spent these 5 opening minutes of the second half squarely in their own half. Krakowiak actually found a really good ball, which Klavan did not defend well. But luckily for everyone in red, Higazi's header unable to find the frame. It was well high and wide. Salah now on the ball for Liverpool. Coutinho looking for a cross run from Mane there, cut out. Now West Brom looking to launch a counter. Well defended by Emre Can there. Not allowing Rondon any space to find a teammate. Salah. He's found Mane on the edge of the area. Mane's found Wijnaldum, but Gini just squeezed out of possession. That was better from Liverpool there. A little bit more space opened up on the edge of the area. Coutinho across to Lovren. Lovren to Alexander-Arnold on the right. Arnold back infield to Lovren to Coutinho. Coutinho lofts it over the top looking for Salah, headed away by Evans. Clearance only finds Coutinho. Advantage played as Coutinho was fouled in the build-up, but they'll play on, and Robertson nearly slid through by Mane, but Niam able to clear again up towards Rondon, and then Rondon throws himself to the floor, once again looking for a foul. Nothing doing. Now chip through. It's Mo Salah. And he couldn't bring that under control either. It was Coutinho's chip ball for Salah, and it's something that we've become accustomed to seeing, that run in behind, and his flick just didn't come off. He tried to bring it under control, actually. He didn't make contact. It just tried to bring it under control and just couldn't. I thought he tried a first-time flick as Salah's bundled over there, but nothing given by the referee. Evans opts to play it back to Hagazi, and they will go back to their chip and chase methodology, West Brom, as Emre Can dragged down here now by Robson Kanu, but Liverpool able to restart play quickly from the free kick. Mane back the other way. Lays it off for Coutinho. Coutinho trying to go past Livermore, doesn't. And now Livermore has Solomon Rondon in front of him. Rondon with Lovren. Klavan did well on the cover to keep Livermore's run from amounting to anything. That's the danger there on the counter. Phil tried to beat his man. It didn't come off. And they had an instant route to goal. Luckily, you won't see many lost duels by Coutinho, who's found Mane. Firmino, chip back across. Robson Kanu able to bring the clearance under control, and he just hits it out and off of a Liverpool player, apparently, for a throw. I thought that was just booted out, but possession's gone back West Brom's way. Everyone in red, frustrated, but as Mane now past three players, really well done. Firmino's through, chip back across, Mane! Oh, he's just missed the target. Well, you can see exactly why they're called the Fab Four. It was well wide in the end from Mane, but Mane started the play by beating three West Brom players on his own, and then he just opened his body a little too much. But that was much more like it from Liverpool, and you expect a lot more like that. The start to the second half wasn't good, but it's gotten better in these last 5 minutes, and maybe Liverpool can make this spell of pressure count. They failed to make him count in the first half, but a good chance for Mane there, and maybe that just helps Liverpool shake the nerves off a little bit, getting a good opportunity. Wasn't an easy opportunity by any means. It was quick, one-touch football. It's well done for Mane in the initial run. And he just barely scuffed his shot as Lovren looks for Salah, but misread the run of the Egyptian and just misplaces the pass. It's cleared up towards Rondon, who does get a flick on, but Lovren able to collect that flick. Seems Rondon would have been offside anyway. The referee's indicating as Coutinho's rolled the ball into Mane once more. Mane looking across towards Firmino, who's taken up a position on the right, headed down for Alexander-Arnold. Arnold into the box towards Salah! Wide again from the Egyptian. And another great ball from Alexander-Arnold. The youngster showing his quality and actually showing his frustration after the header went wide, and you can see exactly why it went wide. It was flicked on by Krakowiak. Not nearly enough encouragement coming from those fans behind Salah in the picture. Lots of raised hands, not a lot of clapping. The moves are occurring. I'd say a goal is... It certainly feels like it's coming now. At the start of the second half, it felt like it was going West Brom's way. Thankfully, that has changed in the last 7 minutes or so, and Liverpool again on the prowl for a goal. Some good passing. Can Firmino get it out of his feet to Coutinho? He can't. Niam comes away with it. Again, it only takes a moment for Liverpool to become dangerous. Alexander-Arnold back to Lovren. Alexander-Arnold's created 2 very good chances today. Has to be said. His delivery's been typically good. Maybe he will make a delivery that is capitalized on. As Coutinho just gets to the loose pass there, but West Brom able to deal with it. Again, West Brom now, after a flurry of a start to the second half, have been pinned back by Liverpool once more. Alexander-Arnold doing well to keep that ball in. Salah failed to bring it under control. Arnold with another good delivery, nearly brought down by Firmino, and is that a back pass by Higazy? All the Liverpool players raising their arms as Ben Foster picked it up. This is a back pass. I'm not sure how that's not been given as a back pass. But Coutinho's won the ball back off of Rondon. He's looking for Salah. Firmino unable to get to the follow-up. But Coutinho puts Krakowiak off just enough to have him misplace the ball out of bounds. And as we reach the hour mark, I'd love to see what the guys on TV are saying about that back pass, but I thought for sure that should have been an indirect free kick from about 2 yards out. We'll see what the pundits say afterwards, as Kieran Gibbs has gone straight through the back of Mo Salah, but nothing's been given, and West Brom now breaking the other way. Livermore out wide. Cleared in the end by Klavan off of... It looked like it went off of Livermore, but it is out for a West Brom throw. Klopp now talking to the linesman. You have to think. Higazy did. It's not a deflection. Higazy dribbles it back towards... Oh, but a counter maybe on Mane's flick across towards Firmino doesn't work out. Gini's gone down under the challenge from Robson Kanu. Nothing given. Claudio Jakob. And Higazy, the offender, on the ball now. I can't really see a way where that's not given as a back pass off of the foot of Higazy. I really can't. Chan able to work his way out of trouble. Klavan striding forward. Robertson's made a good run down the left, and Klavan's found him. Can Robertson get around Niam? He can't. It's chipped out. Livermore chasing. And it's off. Livermore out for a Liverpool throw. It was a really good run that Robertson made down the flank, but Niam did enough defensively to keep it from turning into a delivery from that flank. Alexander-Arnold looking to take on James McLean. Opting instead for Coutinho to Mane, looking for Salah, cut out again. Brought down by Rondon, and he's beat Klavan, but Chan with a really good recovery tackle. Emre Can doing really good work there, and Mane's now headed the other way. Beat a couple of players, goes down under the challenge, and that's certainly a foul. It will be a foul. Higazi whistled for something finally. See how far out it is once it's given. Yeah, he comes right across Mane and just doesn't make contact with the ball, only makes contact with the player, and pace this off. It's a bit far out, but we've seen Coutinho score from unlikely positions. We will see what the Brazilian has in store. Foster sacrificing quite a bit. It's Coutinho to take, and he bends it towards the wrong post in the end. He put it on target, but you can tell that's definitely not where he wanted to put it. I think he might have thought that Foster would cheat towards the other post. He'd have been better off trying to put it in the top right corner. Still about half an hour to be played, and now West Brom going down the right. It's Livermore. Livermore's fallen over, and Liverpool have gained possession. Wijnaldum. West Brom retreating to their area. All but Rondon behind the ball. Firmino on the edge of the area finds Mane on the left. Mane going to the byline, puts in a left-footed cross, punched away by Foster unconvincingly. It's fumbled to Wijnaldum, but then cleared in the end by Johnny Evans. Oh, it was very nearly a howler that gifted Liverpool the lead. The punch was terrible. It dropped right to the feet of Wijnaldum, and I think he just wasn't expecting it. Couldn't make a clean strike on it. Salah. Emre Can striding forward. Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane deflected. And that should be a corner for Liverpool. Well, I would have taken the gift at this point. That was very nearly a complete howler by Ben Foster. The punch spun the ball up in the air, but first this corner from Phil Coutinho for Klavan. Headed away by Higazi. Headed back into the area, flicked on. Firmino looking to take on Jakob. He's won the ball back. Firmino in the box. Tries to go past Niam, and the goalkeeper dives on the ball. Legally this time. Just watch this. Fowler. I keep saying Fowler. Ben Foster goes to punch it, and it spins straight up in the air. As he tries to recover, he drops it straight at the feet of Wijnaldum. But it was actually Krychowiak who was able to put him off just enough as that ball came down. I really thought that might be it. West Brom now have a free kick in Liverpool territory. They didn't televise the foul, so can't tell you who it was, but Johnny Evans is forward to take. Takes it down the line for McLean. Now West Brom working it back across midfield to Niam on the right. Niam looking for the run of Robson Kanu. Chan alive to it. Clears it for Salah. Salah's header unable to be collected, but Gini's got it, and Robertson's got it out. Now Mane looking to turn. He's got Robertson to his left. He opts for the pass to Robertson. Robertson with options in the box. He delivers a left-footed cross towards Firmino. Cut out by Higazi. And it will be a Liverpool throw. Well, Liverpool looking dangerous. Every time they come forward now, it's just a matter of making it count at this point. Throw in for Coutinho. Coutinho's cut infield. He's gone past the player. He's got it to Mane. Mane squeezed out of possession by Jakob. As the number 5's battle, and now a yellow card for Emre Can. Emre Can not pleased with the decision. Again, he just comes across for Robson Kanu, and the Welshman throws himself to the floor. Can not pleased with that. Emre Can on a yellow card now. Foster restarts play with a long boot forward up towards Rondon. Rondon brings it down despite the pressures of Dejan Lovren. West Brom with a bit of pinball between them, but now a ball for Rondon to chase down the left. Lovren gets it off his boot, but only as far as McLean. Now Karius can't claim it, but is fouled. Karius was fouled by Robson Kanu. I don't know if you guys have seen that linesman on the far side, like as the TV cameras look at him, but that linesman on the far side looks like the most painfully English person ever invented. He looks like a guardsman from like Game of Thrones or something, like the nameless extra who just has that like painfully Cockney accent. Terrible teeth. He wears like ill-fitting armor. You know the guy. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Anyways, back to the action at hand as Coutinho's at midfield. Finds Mane ahead of him. Mane able to just inch the ball towards Firmino. Gets it back. His pass deflected. Wins it back though. Coutinho on the edge of the area, and Wijnaldum can't get it out of his feet. Coutinho's pass was intended for Alexander-Arnold down the right. Lovren's won it over Rondon, though, and kept it in the half. Can. Coutinho just leaves the ball behind there, but he's pressed by Krakowiak, which is what he wanted. He plays a 1-2 with Salah, tries to play another 2, but Foster out to claim. Not quite enough from Liverpool so far, and you can see the Kop fairly stagnant and still right now. Certainly was hoping for a better home atmosphere, but the weather and West Brom have dampened those so far, as McLean plays another ball off of Klavan, and it's out for a West Brom kick as we have only 20 minutes left to be played, and the first substitution now about to be made. The first roll of the dice is by Alan Pardew, and it's Hal Robson Kanu coming off. He's been replaced by Jay Rodriguez, the former Southampton man. His first involvement is as part of the corner. Salah's won the corner. And a quick restart off of a free kick. Found Robertson down the left. Salah flicked it in towards the center, but too much traffic there in the center, and that counter almost coming to fruition for Liverpool. I've had a couple of those almost moments as Alexander infield looking for Salah again. Everyone's searching for the Egyptians' goal-scoring touch, but now Coutinho's got on the edge of the area. Mane's made an intelligent run, but it's cut out by Evans. Johnny Evans, the Manx scum. Coming good so far for West Brom defensively. Can. A little bit of space here. Coutinho's dropped a bit deeper. Again, goes for the skill past Livermore. Can't make it count. And then Mane's fouled Livermore in the end. Bit of a forwards tackle there from Sadio. Long ball searching for Rondon, doesn't find its target, and Liverpool restart from the goal kick. Klavan and Lovren carrying it out. Lovren just not exactly sure how to enter West Brom's half. Coutinho. Perhaps a better option, but he plays it back to Klavan. Chan to Coutinho. Coutinho to Mane. Mane running infield. Chan lays it off for Coutinho. Lovren launches it into the box. Wijnaldum's won the header, but the clearance goes only as far as Coutinho, who squeezes past a couple players and is able to get the deflection, but it's behind for a goal kick. Just so many nearly moments for Liverpool in this game, and wouldn't you just know that I'd oversee a scoreless game through 75 minutes. Alexander-Arnold winning the initial header, but McLean actually able to gain possession. They've carried that out of play, I would assume, as Gibbs just careless with that ball as he brought it under his control. Salah's come deep to help Alexander-Arnold get this ball into play, and after a couple of deflections, West Brom put it out for another throw. They haven't shown the Higazi incident except for once after it happened, and I would just be interested to know if he thinks, as the referee plays this ball to Roberto Firmino. Salah, a couple players to beat. Towards Coutinho. Out wide for Robertson. Robertson into Mane. Mane. Back to Coutinho. Coutinho looking for a flick ball over the top, but again, miscommunication and just not really understanding what each other are going to do. And Klopp is going to make a big change here. 2 substitutions set to come on. Dominic Solanke and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain set to be introduced. Sadio Mane, one of the players coming off, just not his day today. Solanke will go on in his place. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain introduced for Gini Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum, and just looking a little, both those players looking just a little bit disconnected and a little bit just unable to really link up the way that they have in the past. But Mane, it can't be said that Mane's had a bad game. He certainly hasn't. Wijnaldum hasn't either. Wijnaldum's done his job in midfield, and Coutinho's done his job winning the ball back. Salah's running at Gibbs. Salah's laid it off for Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold looked to give it back to Salah, but it's cut out. Rondon. And then a bad touch by Alexander-Arnold, and a slip has let Gibbs past him. Now long ball, hopeful into the box, and it's Karius that claims it. Carried out now by Robertson. Firmino. Continue out to Salah. Salah brings it down. Back to Chan. Chan to Salah to Solanke. Deflected out to Alexander-Arnold. Looking for a far post run by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but Chamberlain can only flick it back to Robertson. Coutinho. Towards Salah. Just tipped out again past the waiting boots of Firmino. And now a foul for a high boot given. Johnny Evans diving on the ground once again. Salah now in a bit of a bust up with the West Brom defense. They want action taken against Salah here. It's another overreaction to a high boot, if we're honest. It hits his hand. The high boot hits Johnny Evans' hand. Evans dives to the floor in pain and agony. You can see he hasn't really been caught there at all. He'll struggle to put on an act for the next 10 minutes to remind everyone that he's been kicked in the face when he hasn't. Krakowiak off now, and it's Chris Brunt put on, so an attacking change. West Brom just sensing that maybe they can get something from this. Ugh. Just been one of those games for Liverpool. Frustrated. Not been able to exert their quality on inferior opponents. Alexander-Arnold able to put McLean off enough to force a goal kick for Liverpool. Headed back the other way. Solanke's come deep to accept that ball. He's dispossessed. And now Alexander-Arnold will be substituted. It'll be Joe Gomez on in his place. Not entirely sure what the intent is, but maybe Gomez just provides a little bit more of a physical presence on a set piece or a corner than Alexander-Arnold, but has to be said, Trent had a good game today. Chan's gone past Brunt there. Lays it off for Coutinho. Robertson receives the ball back from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but his cross blocked away, and then Jay Rodriguez will let it roll out. And it's come off Jay Rodriguez. It is a corner. Rodriguez was convinced it came off of Robertson last, but the referee has given the corner. Liverpool will take it short, but it's reached Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the edge of the box, and he's dispossessed as he tried to go past a player, and it's cleared long. Jay Rodriguez, obviously, formerly of Southampton. On late for West Brom. Coutinho lofts the ball, looking for Gomez. Gomez, with his first touches of the game, puts a cross in towards Salah, cut out by Evans. And Chan goes under the challenge from Rondon, and nothing given. Coutinho, can Liverpool break this streak of not being able to score late goals? It had become a fixture in Klopp's first season. Can they bring it back into the repertoire? Gomez crossing in towards Solanke, and it's in! It's in! Dominic Solanke! He scored his first Liverpool goal in the Premier League. He bundled it in, but he won't care. Oh, and now it's been marked out. It's been marked out for handball. It was such a late call. Let's see this again. Oh, it comes off his body, off his arm. I'll tell you what. If he were a defender, they wouldn't have given it as a pen in the other box. I'll tell you that much. Dominic Solanke denied his first Liverpool goal by a handball. Now West Brom the other way. Long shot into the Anfield Road end by Chris Brunt. Nowhere near threatening Karius's goal. Klopp will be having he's had a lot of words for the officials so far today. That's another Liverpool again. Oh, as this comes through, it's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain! And it's fallen to Solanke again! He's got the opportunity, and it's blocked off the goal line by Hagazy. Oh, Solanke had the opportunity to rectify the situation with another late opportunity. It was a good one, too. I don't know that we'll get another one better than that. Chip through. It's Salah. Oh, bundled over by Foster. As he dove for the ball, he took all of Mo Salah. But the Egyptian's fine and back on his feet. This was the opportunity. Misjudged in the air by Niam. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain couldn't beat the keeper. And while Solanke could, he couldn't beat Hagazy on the goal line. Now West Brom back the other way and off the post. Oh my God, nearly a very undeserved... Oh, he was offside anyways. Okay. The painfully English linesman / town guard, city guard of King's Landing has flagged for offside there. I am interested where the decision was made for handball and who made it, because the decision was made really late. It wasn't made by the linesman. Anyways. All right, Joe Gomez in the corner, looking to get past McLean, but unable to. 5 minutes left in regulation. Jurgen Klopp pictured. Sure, Pardew won't mind the refereeing decision so far. Rondon again brings the ball down and then dives on the floor. But Liverpool have the ball. They still have time. I thought that was it. I thought that was Liverpool finally breaking their habit of not scoring late goals this season, as Solanke's brought it back under his spell. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain spilled by Foster, but no one on the follow-up. Solanke just got out of his feet, and then Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's strike was straight down the throat of Ben Foster. It would have been a real howler had he conceded that, but Oxlade-Chamberlain back the other way, beating Rodriguez there, squeezing the ball through for Solanke. Solanke's got options, but he pulls it back for no one, and Claudio Jakob able to work the ball to Rodriguez, who eventually gets it clear. Well, West Brom just now settling into their own half, and I think once that strike hit the post, which very nearly was West Brom's late winner, Firmino looking for Oxlade-Chamberlain there, who just kind of gave up on that ball, and then Chan committing the foul. Rondon won't take any won't make any haste to get back to his feet. Foster restarts by launching it forward. Gomez beats McLean, but Rondon to the second ball. McLean cutting infield. Jakob looking for Rondon, but squeezed out, and now Mo Salah is running away from West Brom's defense down the right-hand flank. And it's Johnny Evans across to dispossess him with a sliding tackle. And Firmino absolutely not having the fact that he's fouled Claudio Jakob. Claudio Jakob diving to the ground under a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge again. Just not strong enough, and he dives to the floor. Firmino rightfully furious that he's been penalized for that foul, and this referee has not covered himself in glory today. It was surely a handball by Salomon Rondon. Not given, but Liverpool on the ball, and just about a minute and a half of regular time left to be played here at the end of the game. Can Liverpool find a chance to make it count? Get something out of this game? Firmino on the edge of the area, looking for the run infield of Robertson. The backheel chop does enough for West Brom, and Rodriguez being employed in a very defensive role as he goes in two-footed on that ball on the sideline. Wasn't anywhere near a Liverpool player, otherwise obviously would have been rash, but Coutinho looking for a chip ball through. Lovren's bit a little bit too hard on this Rondon run, but luckily Klavan across to cover. Seemed like Lovren had bit off a bit more than he could chew, but his defensive partner was across to clean up the mess, keep Rondon from causing any damage. Now Liverpool back the other way. Coutinho deflected and caught by Foster. Well, we're entering stoppage time, 3 added minutes. Came off of Gibbs. Foster was across to catch it. Klavan just able to keep Jay Rodriguez from getting on the end of that through ball, and it looks like Liverpool are headed to another very frustrating result. This will be 2 frustrating draws in a row against teams that Liverpool should be dealing with easily, and in both cases have created the requisite opportunities. Rondon taking this ball down into the corner and then kicking it out. Now, West Brom substitute playing ball boy and booked for his trouble. Hasn't even come on the pitch. He's just been booked. I don't even know who it is. I think it's this Burke character. Never heard of him. Anyways, he's been booked for time wasting as he held the ball away from the Liverpool players who were attempting to take a throw. Liverpool have restarted, though, and are headed back the other way. A loose touch by Solanke, though, just gives possession. And Lovren then fouls Rondon. And that'll run off pretty much what's left of the clock, because you knew exactly what Rondon was going to do. Everybody in the ground did. But Lovren still decided to get tight to him, and See the childish antics there on the sideline by the 12-year-old who's warming up for West Brom. "30 seconds left to be played, and Mo Salah running down the right off the flick from Solanke. Can he create something here? He's brought down, but it is out for a corner. It was Hagazy who came across. This is surely Liverpool's last opportunity as Coutinho will put this one into the box. Can they get something at the death? Headed away. Robertson, can he put something in? Nope, the referee's blown the whistle. 0-0. Doesn't allow the attack to develop. Even though he booked one of the substitutes for time wasting, hasn't added anything on after that. And it is 0-0. Dominic Solanke had thought he'd scored the winner. Marked off for handball. Solomon Rondon hit the post at the other end shortly after, as both teams sought out late winners, but there will be a lot of words for the referee. Has to be said, like I said in the game, it has to be said that they wouldn't have given that handball as a penalty if it were at the other end, because it's come up off his body and hit his hand. Klopp straight out to talk to the referees, just trying to get an explanation of the decisions. The second big decision was not to call one of Hagazy's involvements and clearances as a back pass to Ben Foster. It looked like a back pass. Foster dove right on it. And in the end, nothing doing for either side. 0-0. Can see the moment of the match right here. It's come off of Solanke's body. It's barely touched his arm. Comes up off his foot, off his body. And it's just a brush off his arm, and it's given it as a... I thought that was it. And Solanke denied a first Premier League goal for Liverpool. Well, it has been a frustrating day at the races for all involved. I do hope you enjoyed, though, the broadcast. Hopefully I was able to bring some fun to the experience as Liverpool draw yet again in frustrating circumstances at Anfield for the second game running. Hopefully I'll be able to see all of you again soon. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe to Two Red Gringos. There will be a lot more of this, more episodes, and more just randomness coming from the two of us. So I hope you all enjoyed, and have a great rest of the week. Cheers.